Now that the ill effects of tryptophan have dissipated and the majority of America has given birth to post-Thanksgiving food babies, it is time to weigh in on possibly the tastiest morsels we received during the holiday week.
Bring it on!
Oh dear geeklings, not one, but 2 trailers for 2 highly anticipated films have struck like a wildfire this past week. We have received the first tastes, it's more like sniffs. We have received the first sniffs of Jurassic World and Star Wars Episode VII: The Force Awakens. Fan reaction to these teasers seemed to be fairly divided overall, and honestly, aside from a few quick hits from both aimed directly at my nostalgia button and delivered primarily by good old John Williams on both fronts, I'd have to say both trailers were a bit meh. Uneventful. That being said, my interest and curiosity for both films has not waned in the slightest, as I am still ultra pumped. First, let's break down Jurassic World. John Hammond's dream has at last become reality, though how, after previous hiccups, remains to be seen. The park is now open and has apparently been in operation for some time. We are treated to a few clips of the oohs and ahs before the inevitable running and It seems as though the resurrection of these prehistoric giants has become commonplace. I mean, honestly, we humans suck. We fucking suck. And the rate at which we get bored with the fantastic is truly sad. Anything you need to know about anything ever is at our fingertips now. And we're all like, whatevs. I'll go play Candy Crush, I guess. Candies. So what do we do when we become bored with the run-of-the-mill dinosaur? Well, we go out and do stupid shit, of course. The park's scientists decide that one crime against nature just isn't enough. So let's throw a bunch of DNA into a bowl and like mix it around and see what happens, and hopefully the result is a crowd pleaser. Well, judging from the ultra serious facial expression on Chris Pratt's character's face, this idea is something that would even make John Hammond facepalm. Yup. You guessed it, kiddos, something goes awry. Now there is a genetically engineered super carnivore running around loose in a jam-packed park, and this time around there is a lot more than lawyer on the menu. Apparently it is up to Chris Pratt's character Owen and what is said to be a pack of highly trained raptors to save the day. First thing is first, my only real gripe is how the hell is it that we had better-looking dinosaurs in 1993? There is just something that looks a little off, as with the previous sequels, and my guess would have to be that there's just heavier reliance on CG as opposed to practical effects, and hopefully that is not the case for the film as a whole. Now, is it just me, or is it weird seeing a super serious Chris Pratt? I mean, hopefully Owen will get to display some of Pratt's own natural humor to take the edge off a bit, basically becoming a cross between Grant and Malcolm. I do like the concept of scientists pushing the envelope with species hybridization. It is only logical that in a world where dinosaurs walk among man once more, that escalation would occur in certain areas given all we would learn. This rumor of trained raptors that the trailer seems to all but point towards is hit and miss for me. It is a hell of a lot better than the dino-human mercenaries that was rumored years back, but still. Sure, it would be kind of cool to see, but raptors are too clever girls to train. What I hope, if this is to be the case, is that their training is part of a bigger plan on their part. Think of it as a lull into a false sense of security. Then, when the time comes and their needs are met, they strike back, showing that their needs have been met all along. Episode VII: The Force Awakens. A Lucas-free, Abrams-full beginning to a new trilogy in the Star Wars saga. The teaser opens, presumably on Tatooine, with a very evil-sounding voiceover talking about an awakening in the Force. Hence the title. We then get our first look at John Boyega's character, quite flustered and clad in stormtrooper armor. We also see a quick bit of this rather soccer ball-looking droid rolling about, followed by Daisy Ridley's character on some sort of land speeder. A new Sith is revealed, though only from behind, giggity, as he ignites his saber in a dark, snowy forest. I am so turned on right now. We also get a sick shot of some Rebel X-Wings flying over water until the absolute money shot. the Millennium Falcon maneuvering in a dogfight against a few TIE fighters. Yeah. That clip was the very essence of this teaser. We literally know just as much about the film before seeing it, and I will take that as a good thing. The most hotly debated element of the trailer, and fodder for a copious amount of memes, is the inclusion of a beam crossguard on the Sith's lightsaber. Many think that it's supposed to be some sort of defensive feature protecting the wielder against the main blade, but detractors say that its inclusion would probably make you lose a hand or two. Others think it is an attack feature. Say you clashed sabers, the crossguard could be deployed to break the clash and inflict damage. There are a bunch of other people who claim that the saber design in general is that of an ancient, more unfocused blade. That is honestly what makes the most sense to me. What if the awakening in the Force was quite literally the awakening of an ancient Sith, perhaps one of the first true practitioners of the dark side, who has been dormant for thousands of years from a time predating the Old Republic? I mean, that would be sick and would make this odd design a little more palatable. A lot more palatable. 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 It's a cool word. I think the main issue, especially with these two movies, is that we build it up so highly in our minds that any little tease is gonna fall flat. These two franchises are the very essence of most of our childhoods. So much like the jaded park-goers of Jurassic World, it takes something a lot more epic to wow us. That is not to say that these films won't end up great, it's just that we need a little more oohs and ahs. Fuck it! Get Zack Snyder's help. That motherfucker can cut one hell of a trailer from a dogshit movie. So, what do you folks think? Were you left feeling underwhelmed? Do you still think these movies are gonna deliver when the time comes? Sound off in the comments below, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Make sure you are visiting aggressivecomics.com regularly and often to make sure you are catching up on all the latest and greatest in geeky news. And until we meet again, stay geeky, my friends. Ooh, ah, only a mattress giant. Ooh, ah. Can't believe they're still running those commercials. They are so painfully 80s.